That map you just saw on your screen is referencing where I'm standing right now, where according to the Rockford Police Department, 5 people were shot here tonight. 3 of those are now dead and 2 showed up at local hospitals and are fighting for their lives tonight. A suspect has not yet been identified, and this is an ongoing investigation at this time. Manny, that press conference happened just after they came out of the school, shortly after the commotion and everything settled down. This is a very different scene out here with those officers gone at the moment. But during that press conference today, Chief Fred addressed parents outside and the media, saying that they responded on scene here a little after 8 o'clock this morning. They were on scene by 8:20, going inside the school to assess the situation for what was believed to be an active shooter inside the school. Later, they found out that that was a hoax and no one inside the school was injured. Behind me is that home that exploded, leaving nothing but the roof and also trapping a woman inside. Today, I walked up and down the neighborhood speaking with neighbors who say their hearts go out for the injured woman, and also one man who says he helped save her life. People are pedaling into action today here at the Roscoe YMCA, where they're coming together to defy the odds in their battle with Parkinson's. I'm downtown Rockford here at the Stroll on State Christmas tree lighting ceremony. There are tons of people out here right now to my left and my right, all bundled up, just waiting for this tree to be lit up any second now behind me. There will also be fireworks happening here at this parade after the tree light. I don't know if you can see, but at top of this building right here, there are tons of people just in there waiting to see this tree be lit up right now for those fireworks that are also coming out soon.
Very own 13 WX's Destin Howard joins us live from Brockton. He's following some of that storm damage that many residents across the state line are waking up to. Destin, what are you seeing there?
Good morning, Manny. I'm on the corner of Union and Salem Street here in Rockton. I just spoke with the homeowner here about this damage you can see behind me and the events leading up to that this morning. He didn't want to go on camera, but Mr. Tom Taylor, who lives here, says that these trees were actually pushed into these power lines above me, starting a fire, which also caused him to lose power. I'm going to step behind the camera now to try and zoom in and give you a better look at those branches, some of which you can actually still see the burn marks from where that fire took place on this morning. Mr. Taylor says that occurred around 6 o'clock this morning, but luckily crews were able to get out and extinguish the fire as fast as possible.
What's their biggest challenge tonight?
Hey Brittany, I'm at the corner of Parkview and Guilford Avenue, where this area was hit hard by that severe weather coming through our area. Some winds even strong enough to knock down entire trees like that one you can see right there behind me. Now, a big challenge for those who live in this neighborhood has simply been getting power restored. Returning to the scene of that fire here in Byron, people from around the community came out to honor the life of Marlana McFarland, who's being remembered tonight as a hero, mother, and friend.
She'd give you the shirt off her back, so warm-hearted, an absolutely incredible mother.
Just that woman who was always out there doing things, and she was just that great woman. She was infectious. Her personality was just so bubbly and so happy.
All testimonies given to describe Marlana McFarland. She passed away while selflessly trying to help her neighbors during a destructive house fire. Now, back at the scene where she lost her life, the community bands together to keep her legacy alive. Sally Palin, friend of McFarland, lives a few blocks away, replaying the details of the tragic Saturday morning.
As soon as I looked out the door, I had seen the flames, and honestly, my first thought was, where's my mom? Because 9 out of 10 times, this is the home she's at every day.
The community has organized fundraisers, meal trains, and more for McFarland's family. Michaela Books, who also knew McFarland closely, is proud to see the community support Marlana's family and the 5 children she leaves behind.
Marlena has been in my life since 2014, and just watching everybody come out that knows her and seeing her smiling face is just really nice.
All of our hearts are breaking. And I know they have some donations out there, as well as the couple that lost their home. It's just a huge tragedy. Just help out any way you can.
In Byron, I'm Destin Howard, 13 WREX. The more than 100-year-old Apollo Theater in Belvedere was hit hard by severe weather covering our area, causing the roof to collapse with hundreds inside to see the heavy metal band Morbid Angels in concert. Now, a day after, I spoke with members of the community getting their reaction to the tragedy.
You know, they were lifting the ceiling and dragging people out of the rubble, and I know after they dragged the first person out, he was just He was just crying in agony, and I couldn't think of what to do besides just go up and hold his hand.
That was the voice of Gabrielle Llewellyn, who was inside the Apollo Theater during the roof collapse from severe weather. She recapped the moments leading up to the tragedy.
And then I got inside, and they were actually talking about how they wanted to start moving people to the basement. And within 30 seconds of him saying that, the roof came down.
Over 200 people were inside the theater. 48 of those were treated at local hospitals. People returning to the scene Saturday morning are simply praying for those affected.
It makes my heart hurt because like all the people did was try to go to a event to enjoy life a little bit and see their music, and this unfortunately had to happen. Like nobody could have known that this was going to happen.
Belvedere Fire Chief Sean Shadle says it will be a long wait until the estimated cost and damages to the Apollo Theater are discovered. However, some in the community are hopeful to see the Apollo reopen.
Other than that, I hope reopens for the summer, because I know there's a couple concerts that were supposed to be here, but who knows? Sam
Reed also returned to the scene to see the damage for himself, wishing the best for those impacted.
I never thought in a million years this would happen to my town, especially because I've lived here my whole life, all 14 years, and I've drove by this and walked by this many times over the years, and it's just a real tragedy to see what's happened to it.
As we learn more about the extent of the damages at the Apollo Theater, we'll be sure to update you as we learn more.
Across the state line, communities have been celebrating and remembering those who served our country. Tonight, we start with Rockford's parade from earlier today. Right now, we're going to send it over to 13 WREX's Destin Howard, who is live where it all happened today. Destin, a very emotional day, but a lot of fun also in downtown Rockford.
Hey, Will, I'm here at Veterans Memorial Hall where that parade ended today, kicking off a remembrance ceremony honoring those veterans who paid the ultimate price, giving their lives on the front line. Now, during that parade today, I got a chance to speak with some families that were out there along the parade route and some of the community's local veterans.
Happy Memorial Day! They're barbecuing and having their day off, just remembering that this day has more meaning than just hot dogs and hamburgers, but also for the families and for those who gave everything.
It's supposed to be a somber day, but actually also a day to celebrate our freedom.
Memorial Day, a time to remember those soldiers who lost their lives in the line of duty. Retired Navy veteran Steve Jones walks the parade every year, thinking of his fellow servicemen and women.
The community comes out and has a good time, and we get to celebrate those who paid the ultimate sacrifice.
This year's parade was in memory of Corporal Nathan Carlson of McChesney Park. He died this past June. U.S. Marine Sergeant Samuel Johnson knew Carlson closely, giving a few words to remember him by.
Corporal Carlson truly embodied what it is to be a Marine. Our core values in the Marine Corps are honor, courage, and commitment. These characteristics are something that he exemplified every day in his service.
The Memorial Day celebrations are long-standing traditions in Rockford. The sinking of the ship ceremony is believed to be over 100 years old. Robert LeMay, commander of the Rockford Navy Club, is amazed to see the crowds of people each and every year.
It gives us a great feeling of gratitude that people come down here and recognize what Memorial Day really is, to associate itself with the dead veterans that are no longer with us. And we're going to continue doing it for the next 100 years or more.
State Representative John Cabello has filed a resolution to rename part of Alpine Road to Nathan E. Carlson Highway as a way to keep that veteran's legacy alive. As we continue to learn more about that development, we'll continue to update you. In Rockford, I'm Destin Howard reporting for 13 WREX. Culture for service and service for humanity. That's the motto of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, my fraternity and one of the members of the National Pan-Hellenic Council. These historically black organizations strive to serve not only your local communities, but those in need across the globe. I sat down with those leaders in our region about why they still hold value today. The National Pan-Hellenic Council consists of 9 historically black fraternities and sororities, starting with Alpha Phi Alpha, founded in 1906, and ending with Iota Phi Theta in 1963. Why was it so important for our organization to form?
In 1906, Alpha was founded. Why? Because black men were still being lynched.
Time, you're looking at the Klan running rapid.
Our founders endured a lot. It takes a lot I can imagine. To walk past, you know, the head of the Ku Klux Klans every day.
At that time, there were a lot of course, white fraternities and sororities, and there was no way for the black voice on the campus to be heard.
Founded on college campuses with the principles of not only brother and sisterhood, but education and service to all. More than 100 years later, these organizations are still actively working.
Why is service in your community something that is important, and why do all these organizations care so much about it?
Well, if you look at the civil rights movement, and our late brother, the Honorable John L. Lewis, who encouraged all of us in Sigma to get into good trouble, he encouraged us to fight the fight for equality.
We need dedicated people, organizations, to tackle the issues that we face.
You have to work twice as hard, do twice as much, as a white person to receive the same recognition.
I think with Zeta, we show that with many hands make light work.
No matter the colors or the letters, each group representing one big family. On to some positive local news. Every day Saturday before Thanksgiving, the world turns its focus to helping children find a loving home for the holidays through World Adoption Day. This day aims to helping more than 100,000 children in foster care. Organizations across the U.S. host more than 300 events catered to this day over the years. More than 58,500 children have been adopted from foster care since the day was created. And to celebrate, we hope you can support those looking to adopt and educate yourself on the process. And here in the state line, celebrations for National Adoption Day took place at the Winnebago County Criminal Justice Center. Several members of the Circuit Court volunteered their time to help finalize adoptions for over 20 children who were previously in foster care. For more information on how you can help and get involved, you can visit our website, that's WREX.com.